There you go. Should be able to hear me now. Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. This is Lawrence Yadnis, when spirituality and the game combined. This is the thinking class. This week we've been talking about leadership. Can you hear me? You should be able to hear me now. We've been talking about leadership. We've been talking about we talked about leadership. We talked about trust. We talked about honesty. Yesterday we talked about conflict. Now, today, we're talking about men facing their fears and just standing up and being a warrior. I realize when men stand up and be a warrior, they begin to take dominion all around them. It begins to reverberate around them, and they begin to take the land around them. And I think what has happened is we had a decline of men stepping up to bat and being men. So they want to always complain and cry about the women, but the real issue ain't the women all the time. The real issue is the men acting like babies. And we got a lot of men who are acting like babies in this. There we go. That's what I want, acting like babies. And we realize that the real issue is not them. We need them to step up. So with that being said, let's get it cracking lacking today. It's going to be an opportunity for you to call in, dial in, tap in on what we're talking about today. Can modern men in 2022 really face their fears? I think a lot of men have a lot of fears that they don't want to talk about because it's something that's been programmed in them and give it to them by society, by their family, by their mama, by their father, lack of mother, whatever the case may be. And they have not faced their true fears. It sounds like I talked about this before, but I guess I got to talk about it again because it's right there. But I really want to put a spin on it, because we know fear is just false evidence of appearing real. But the real deal is this: can men in this day and age, not just the modern man, but can they really face their fears? And a lot of fears that a lot of men have are make believe. Let me say that again. A lot of fears that a lot of men have are just make believe. It is only what they have in their mind. A lot of fears that a lot of men have are just in their mind. They have gone over and mule over. They are worried about stuff that will not happen. And I'm going to be the first one to say, I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of going over scenarios, going over thoughts that I thought was going to happen, and they really didn't happen. Let me say that again. There have been thoughts, mindsets, and things like that that I went over and I contemplated. I'm like, why is this happening? Why is this taking place? And I realized what I was saying, what I was doing never happened, never really took place. So the biggest thing we got to realize, we got to learn to allow fear to be our friend. We got to allow fear to be our friend. See, we looked at fear as an enemy and not looked at fear as our friend. When you look at fear as a friend, guess what's going on, Joe Glass? When you look at fear as being your friend, it changes. See, most times, most men, especially in this 2022, is looking at fear as their enemy, something to run away from, something to be, I don't want to deal with that. When you look at it, you look and say, oh, you up here again? What's up, friend? You dap it, you give fear a dap. What's up? What's going on? Give him some grip. And you actually realize, oh, you here? Oh, something big is about to go down. Russell, most guys don't look at it. They get the wrong perspective of what fear is. When you realize that fear is your friend, it changes your whole mindset and it changes how you face things. It was something that a procedure that I needed to get this year that I was afraid of, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I was like, I don't want to do that. But once I faced the fear and got the procedure done, it became my friend. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of men, even when it comes to approaching women, let me say this, because a lot of guys are afraid to approach code. I don't want to get into the debate about code approach or not approach, choosing signals, what to say. That's not my lane. I'm not talking about that. I hope you guys have settled that debate in your mind. I'm not talking about those who do and those who don't. That to me is nominal. And actually, I don't even need to discuss that part of whether you code approach, whether you're not, or whether you have game, or you looking for choosing signals, and you do it's all nominal. To me, it's nominal. At the end of the day, somebody gonna have to step up and say something. Because I can go all day about whether you should code approach or whether you should look for choosing signal. I can tell you about body language. I can tell you if she staying a certain way and what she doing. Okay, great. At the end of the day, when you contemplating and debating, you could have just stepped to him like, yo, what's up? How you doing, moms? What's going on? How you living? What's going on? See, too many times we looking toward too many, and this is not again a shot against any YouTuber who teach this, who don't teach it, either side of it. At the end of the day, we're contemplating looking for sciences and looking for signs and looking for whether we can approach or we don't approach, whatever the case may be. By that time, she done slipped away. We get stuck in fear because we're looking for the right technique instead of just stepping out and be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm Lawrence D. Adams. What's your name? Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes our techniques and what we know can cause us to get into paralysis and we don't do anything because we know too much, but we don't do that much. We know too much, but we don't do that much. That's why it's imperative that you say, let me allow fear to be my friend. This does not mean you go out and do some stupid stuff and run in front of a train or jump off a building. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, okay, you know what, you're here for, it must be something that I'm afraid of. On the other side of this fear must be a reward. On the other side of this fear, there must be a reward that I must be scared to shake. And you realize that your fear was just like on Scooby-Doo. Y'all, how many of y'all watch Scooby-Doo? I used to love to watch Scooby-Doo when I was in grade school and during junior high school. And there's Scooby-Doo and Shaggy and Daphne and all of them. They will start looking for this mysterious person that was scaring people or taking money. And when they realized that the person that they were looking for was with them all the time, they took the mask off. Oh, it's you, Mr. Elroy. Oh, it's you, Miss Molly. Oh, my God. You realize that it was only somebody who was pretending to be something that they were not. So fear, allow fear to be your friend. Most great people, when they have to speak or do anything of large scales, know how to take fear and grab its hand and say, you coming with me, versus the fear leading him. No, fear, you coming with me. I might be afraid. I might be shaken. I might not know what to say, but I'm allowed fear to be my friend. Let me break down. I remember when I first did my first ever show back in 2007, I think it was. Was it 2007? Yeah, 2007. Man, I was completely shaken. But I was determined that I was going to do this. I didn't know if anybody was going to listen. I didn't know anybody was going to pay attention. But I got up there and I was like, "Hey, this is Mr. LD. This is Larry Love. This is the Love Doctor. My first thing I'm going to talk about, do women. My first show was Do Women Like Nice Men, Nice Guys. That was my first ever show. That was the one I muttered do and went through. I was hoping nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. Nobody said nothing. But I had to say, I got to do it next Sunday. I think I did it every Sunday night. So the next Sunday, I went up and I had another topic, and another topic. It was until I faced my fears back in 2007. See, I've been on radio before. I had a radio show back in before 2007 when I was here in Cleveland. I had a radio show on one of the channels from 12 to 1 o'clock on Saturday nights. So it wasn't that. But when it was your own and you're responsible for all the production, I had to say, fear, you got to be my friend. I ain't gonna run from you. You ain't about to shake me. Fear, you about to be you my friend right now. You about to be my friend. And when I stepped out there and faced and have fear by the hand and say, you going with me, instead of allowing fear to lead me, guess what happened? Fear dissipated all around me. Most men in 2027, I always say 2027. I don't know why I'm there. That's the second time I done said that this week. 2027 must be something in that. Let me put that in the chat room. 2027 must be something special coming in 2027. I don't know why I said that. 2027. Wow. So most men in 2022 have been locked and chained by fear. Instead of grinding the chain and say, fear, you rolling with me. Get on the passenger seat. I got the wheel. We about to roll. We got the roll. They're afraid to step and do their business. They're afraid to go to the next job. They're afraid to apply for their next position. They're afraid to start that business. They're afraid to change their eating habits. They're afraid to go to the gym. They are afraid of everything. I've never seen so many men who are afraid to do just anything. But they're the main men who are complaining on these YouTube streets. And these women doing this, these women doing that. They're so afraid of what? What is that woman going to do? She only 5'6", 5'3". What is she really going to do? She going to take my money. She going to take me to court. I'm going to be on child support. I'm going to be on child support. These women are savages. When in this whole nation have you seen so many men that were just whining and complaining because of fear of something that a woman is going to do to them? What is she really going to do to you? Ain't you the man? Don't you know how to cut her off? Don't you have to say, no, this ain't what we going on. This ain't the program. Salute. Good to see you, brother. Evo Rebirth. Good to see you. Never seen so many men who are just afraid she's going to do this. Y'all, let me say this. And I know it's just a few of us in here. I don't mind. Most men, when they start complaining and whining about what women going to do, what they're going to take, they savages and things like that, you're giving your power away. You're giving your power away when you are whining and complaining about what the fear of what you think a woman is going to do to you. Because you've seen it happen to somebody. It don't have to be you. Learn the lesson what he did not do so it don't happen to you. I never seen so many widespread agendas for men to be whining and crying and fearful about a woman who in the Bible says she is the weaker vessel. I don't care how much they say they're strong and independent. In the Bible, it says that she is the weaker vessel. Weaker vessel doesn't mean that she's not of no value. It just means she's the weaker vessel. Never seen so many guys afraid of women, afraid of what they're gonna say and what they're gonna do. All they're gonna do is run their mouth. Listen, Lindas. Listen. Get your balls back and get back into the race. Stop fearing. Never seen so many guys that were so fearful. Never seen so many men are butthurt over a woman. When you really have the game, the G-A-M-E game, guess what? Right. I'm ready to. You guys should be able to hear me now. I don't know why that happened. And I just been on charge. It must be just a good game I'm giving. I don't understand why so many guys are fearful of women and what they're going to do or what they're going to say. I don't understand. I cram to understand that. I'm gonna run it back. Let me run it back. So many men in this day and age are so fearful of a woman when the Bible says that she is the weaker vessel. The Bible says she's the weaker vessel. What the problem is, most guys don't have the technique or the skill set to vet a woman or even to format a woman. So he doesn't walk in fear, but he walks in his authority as a man. That is the problem. And so what you've been doing is you have all these skeletons and all these scarecrows around you about these women and who they are. And the reality, you need to walk right through it. The problem is you don't have the skill set to choose and to thoroughly vet a woman so that you don't have to walk in fear of what a woman gonna do. I know you done heard their horror stories. She was married for 20 years and then she left him and all that kind of things. You need to question two things: the man and the woman. What was he doing and what was she doing? Nothing happens overnight. It had to take a process of what was taking place. And many times what happens is because of most men, put this screensaver up 1 second. Most men want the easy route when it comes to women. Give me the cheat code, OG. Tell me how to did this. You want the easy route instead of putting in that work. That's what you fear about. And so what you get is not a quality woman. You get a woman that's part of your cheat code. Let me say that again. Most men, the reason why they're enamored with fear of the woman or fear of anything is because they want the cheat code and versus not putting in the work. It takes work to build intimacy. It takes work to build trust. It takes work for you to be the leader for her to submit to. It takes work. And most men are enamored by fear of what they see happen to this rapper, what this happened to Jada and Will, what is happening to who broke up and that. And what happens is because you're so focused on that, that's what you're going to get. What's going on, Daniel? How you walking in fear? I know. And this is the thing. Baby, listen to this game I'm about to give you. You listen to what they say on social media and you get fearful. Baby, that's all cap. That's all cap. Many times women that say that, because they're part of the sisterhood and because they want to protect themselves. But if you really about your life, you realize that a lot of women behind closed doors do things that you would not know happen behind closed doors. Let me say that again. You realize that a lot of things that they say that they don't do behind closed doors, I ain't going to do that. I ain't that is what they do behind closed doors. So you should not be afraid. You should be standing on your 10 toes down and know that you are a man and say, hey, 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 fear is my friend. You walking with me. Now, either you with me or you ain't. If you look at, somebody brought this up yesterday, it was a great point. If I was to do videos, and shout out to Glenn Cameron for saying it, because I get it, credit where credit due. If I was to do videos on bashing women, especially bashing black women and bashing women, they ain't nothing, they ain't no good, they ain't nothing but hyenas, and some of them are hyenas, let's be honest. Some of them are savage. If I was to do videos like that, my numbers would be out the chain. People would be over here, oh my God, you telling the truth, these hyenas. But you got to realize, a real man, what's good? A real man ain't looking to bash women. He looking to, how can I grow this woman? See, most guys are not gardeners. That's why they keep digging with the hose. Y'all ain't ready for what I'm saying. Most guys don't have the mind of a gardener and realize that you got to dig up some weeds and you got to take a hoe and dig up the weeds and dig up make sure the ground ain't stony. You got to make sure what she has is correct. Most guys don't have that kind of mindset as a gardener. That's what husband means, as a gardener. You want that woman to flourish because she's with you. She should be better because of who you are. She should be she should be glowing after she dealt with you or as she's dealt with you. But you don't have the fortitude because you're more afraid of what your friend's going to say. You're more afraid of what she's going to do. So you're looking around every corner and looking for the boogeyman. You're looking for Casper the ghost. You're looking for somebody to pop up and like the old saying, you're looking for the shoe to drop. Baby boy, stop looking for the shoe to drop and realize that if you are a gardener and you growing this woman, you poured inside of her and you giving and she's giving back to you, what can she do but say, yes, daddy? You need to change your mindset of trying to be a pimp and a Mac and trying to beat all that. Try to be a gardener. Grow not just her physical, but grow her mental. Y'all, no, I don't want this game. You didn't want to appreciate that, Lexicon. Good to see you. Grow her mind. Grow her spirit. Get out of this whole fear base. See, if I'm telling you, if I did content that was bashing women, dogging them out, telling them they ain't no good, tell them they ain't nothing but hyenas, I can do all that. And don't get me wrong, I'm repeating myself. Some of the women are. Some of them are just like this. We got to always do this for those who don't know, but some of them are just like this. Some of them are just like that. And then we get men who start doing like this. She ain't doing what I want her to do. All that. You hear it all the time on these YouTube streets. But when you hear a man talk who get down real game, he's not moved by her yippity yap yap, tap tap tap, all that. He realized that in order to get what he wants, he got to what? He got to plant the correct seed. And sometimes, because of their fear, what's going on, Tanya? Sometimes of the man's fear, she ended up reflecting back his fear. Let me say that again.
Execute Order 66.
Because of man's fear, she ended reflecting back his fear. It's like this. If you fear that somebody's cheating on you, you start going around looking, you start going through phones, you start looking under hats, you start looking under coat, you start looking everywhere like something I don't know. Your fear has gotten the best of you. You can't even sleep at night because you fearful that the person is cheating. They're doing, I know they're doing something, and I don't know what to do. Your fear has got the best of you. Instead of confronting and saying, hey, are you cheating on me? What's going on here? I just need to know because I need to know how I'm going to move, or we need to move forward. Confront it. Fear got to be your best friend. Fear got, y'all know, I know they would say don't fear nothing. This. I know what they said, but allow fear to be your best friend. You need to grab fear by the hand and say, hey, you rolling with me. Get in the car, get on the passenger seat, and you rolling with me. I am not allowing you to get into the driver's seat. You are not taking me where you think I should go. I'm running this ship, whether you like it. If not, you got to dip. That's how men and women need to approach this day and age. If you if you're running and you're shaking in your boots and you're scared of everything, guess what? You would never experience the good life. You will never experience what's best for you. You will never experience what's great for you. You will never experience the best of life when you walk it in fear. Do you know how many opportunities that I passed up because of fear? Do you know how many times I missed things that because I was afraid? But when I said, nah, fear, you're gonna grab my hand, we rolling with this. Let me be clear, because most guys ain't gonna say this on the YouTube. Do you know how many times I missed opportunity with good women who were down for the countdown, 10 toes down because of fear? See, most YouTubers and most content creators ain't gonna tell you that because they want to be like, I got it all together. I'm the epitome of game and whatever. No, do you know how many times I mess up good opportunities because of fear? Because I'm thinking, oh, she gonna do something. She gonna take what money she gonna take? I got money, I got things, whatever the case may be. What's she gonna really do? I'm not saying be naive. Please understand me. I am not telling no man or no woman to be naive, but I am saying have your head on right. But don't allow fear to run your life. Too many people are allowing fear to run their life, and therefore they end up aging faster. They end up having more ailments than more people because fear gets inside of their bones and gets inside of their psyche, and it gets inside of their spirit. And what happens is it begins to affect their emotions, and now it causes ailments because of what you fear. And fear, if you play with it long enough and not lead fear, it will cause you to go up and cause you to be in a corner, cried up in the corner. I ain't going to be able to do nothing. I'm not going to be able to make it. It is fear that can stop you in your track if you allowed it to. I'm telling you today, stop crying, stop whining, get on your P's and Q's and allow fear to be your friend, not your enemy, to be your friend. It is only when you allow fear to be your what? Friend. Will it ever take you to the next level? That's the link right there. If you want to jump up, you want to talk about what we're talking about, you talk about anything else, I'm gonna pull you. I'm just going to do it. I don't got time for no games. If you want to come up, you want to share something about what I'm talking about this, don't go talking about how you made a pie and this and that. And I don't want to hear none of that. Stay on the topic. But if you realize in 2022, the whole agenda for these years has been going on is to keep the people and especially the men in fear. Because when you in fear, you're not thinking. Let me say that again. When you are in fear, you are not thinking of solutions. The whole agenda is to keep you in the cycle of they have an IV connected to you. And the goal is to keep you in fear. And they keep pumping the IV of fear through you, through social media, through what's going on in the streets. They're keeping fear all around you. They keep pumping it in your blood, into your spirit, into your mind, into your emotions, that you now become addicted to fear. You can't even function without that hit of fear. And all it is designed to control you. Thank you so much. Yep. Good to see you, Renee. So they keep you addicted to the fear, especially you men. Because if I keep you in fear, going back and forth, you never come up with solutions, and you never get out of the predicament to save yourself and to save your community and to save everything else. Let me say what else they use fear for. And you watching on social media, you watching on both sides, men and women. They use fear to control you so that you won't get into a relationship with a woman and a man with a man with a woman, a man with a woman and a woman with a man. So they make you fearful of each side or each other so that you never, ever, ever, ever finally connect. They'll paint the picture. Look at this. There's 10,000 divorces this year. I'm not saying the numbers are incorrect, but they'll paint the pictures, but they never tell you about the successful marriages and the successful what? People who are together. They'll paint the picture that, oh, this is a good one. Thank you. What's going on? What's going on, Harris? They'll paint the picture that relationships can't work. They'll paint the picture so that you're you looking with rose-colored glasses and saying, no, I don't know. These men are crazy. These women are crazy. Shout out to you, Tanya. Good to see you. Yes. They'll paint the picture and have you addicted to fear. I don't know. Ain't no good man. Ain't no good women out here. So that you never, ever, you get so close. You may get this close with the individual. And then what happens is, because your fear, you end up demagnetizing each other and you end up falling apart. And then what happens is, because it did not work out, it only confirmed what? Your fear. So you got to realize that they use fear as a tactic to keep you in, like Renee said, to keep you in bondage. So we're afraid of this one. We're afraid of the black one. We're afraid of the white one. We're afraid of the brown. We're afraid. They keep you in fear. Oh, you better not eat peanut butter. Peanut butter had eggs in it. They keep you in fear. Fear is the tool of choice. Fear is how they actually, since y'all want to go there, fear is actually what? How they profit off of your fear. Think about it. If I keep you fearing the woman as man and women fearing the man as a woman, guess what happened? Guess what happens? If I'm keeping you fearful, what happens is it causes you to never connect on the level that you need to connect. I promise you, the agenda is written all, like I say about my, shout out to my homeboy, Joe Little, had a birthday come past this past, is written all over your face. You don't have to say a word, but the game is to keep you in fear. This is not for you to be naive or not aware. It is realizing, oh, okay, this is fear. Think about what's propagated on these YouTube streets and on these platforms. Normally, it is the fear of the other individual. Normally, if it's the fear of what would she do? What would he do? I'm not the fear. I'm not following no man. He don't know how to lead. And the last man out, your fear begins to play a tape inside of you. What's going on, Alpha Kingdom? So fear begins to play a tape inside of you, and it keeps you on a chain where you can't move forward. If we were to bring Alfie in here, if we were to bring Alfie, if we would bring Alfie, he would tell you he had to face the fear of getting on the plane and traveling by himself. If we were to come to bring you up, what would you say? What has the agenda is to keep you in fear? Most people would never go to the place they need to go to until they make fear their friend. I know. We are in perilous times. We had the little thing last couple years ago. We had the politics are going on. We have red against blue. We have this guns. We have men. What happens is, if you really realize it, it's all to cripple you and to keep you in fear, to keep you docile. They use your fear as a fear factor, right? But I'm saying today, face your fears. Allow fear to be your friend. Don't allow fear to cause you to walk around. Now, let me say this. Don't be walking around like a Susie Q, walking around, whatever, what's going on? Hey, everybody. And you not being aware. And I ain't saying to be stupid now or be unaware. What I am saying is, what are you really afraid of? What deep down inside of you are you afraid of? If I told you how I was afraid to do this show, how I was afraid when I had to confront some issues inside of me, when I had to face the reality of some fears that I had, every man, every woman, I don't care where you at or where you stand at, you will have to take fear and say, hey, let me look you eye to eye. Let's have a conversation. See, this is the thing with you. I'm going to give you a technique. So we talk about techniques. Let me give you a technique. You got to have you got to have a sit down with fear. Hey, fear, you've been on the passenger seat. You've been acting all right. You've been acting a little shaky. You know, you're always looking around, got your head. You're always telling me something's about to happen. All that. Let's have a conversation. Let's sit down. Let's have a sit down, fear. So you sit fear down, and you sit fear down. You say, hey, fear, let me tell you something. I know, like, you ain't real, but you pretending like you real and that you talking all this good game. You talking like everything's going to happen. Now, so let's have a sit down, fear. So I know you ain't real, but you pretending like you real. But we need to resolve this once and for all. And you have to question fear as you're sitting in the chair next to fear and say, fear, let's really think about this. You said, if I jump in the car and turn left, something gonna happen. If I do something, so what you do is you begin to question your fears. You need to have a sit down by yourself with your fears. And like, you know what, fear? You know what? I just, you know, you talking good, but I don't know if that's right. When you begin to question your fears, guess what happens? It begins to dissolve because it cannot stand up to logic and it cannot stand up to faith. The opposite, I know somebody say, well, the opposite of faith is fear. And we gotta think about that. When you begin to question it, really, is that really going to happen? If I get $1 million, I'm going to lose it. Is that going to really happen? If I get married, she going to leave me. Is that going to really happen? Or if I commit to her, is this really going to happen? If I commit to her, if I commit to him, he's going to really, if I get in the business, I'm going to really lose it. If I really step out and maybe I want to be with somebody outside of my race, is this really going to happen? You need to question every fear. Most times we allow fear to run rut. We allow fear to just run like a little child inside of our head. Have you ever seen a little kid who got a toy and they're running around? I remember my sons when they were little, they had a little toy and they were running around. And you try to catch them, they run even more. So many times we allowing fear to run rapid in our minds and we never tell it to sit down and you're not even, you know what, sit down and don't you move. Didn't I tell you not to move? I told you, don't you say another word. You know how to do that with a child. They'll be like, oh, fear, it's okay. I'm going to put you in. Don't put fear in timeout. Stop putting your fears in timeout. You sit over there, fear, and you go over there. Don't you say nothing. Be a good little boy. Don't you do that. Look, I need you to shut your mouth. My mother, when he was little, my mother used to say, hey, there it is. When we go into this store, don't you touch nothing. Don't you be asking for nothing. Don't you be whining and crying. We go in here, we got to do shopping, and we got to go back, and that's it. Let me say that again. My mother used to say that. We get in this store, don't you be crying, don't you be whining, you want this, don't get up. When we get up to the checkout, don't be talking about you want gum, bubble gum, Bubblicious was back then, and Hubble Bubble. Don't tell me you want no Hubble Bubble, none of that. You sit yourself out, you put the groceries up on the conveyor belt. The same thing you need to do with your fear. You need to tell it, shut your mouth and don't you say another word. I dare you, you say something, I'm gonna smack the what? Your mother said that, my mother, LDA, my mom had the same speech. Don't ask for nothing. That's the same thing you need to do your fear. Don't you say another word. I don't care what you need to tell that. You need to tell them, don't you say another word. Many times, and I've seen that, Joe Blige, you got to tell your fear, shut the up.
Execute Order 66.
You need to tell your fear, shut the up. You say another word, I'm going to choke you out. Talking about fear now. We ain't talking about no person. We're going to get to the person next. Tell your fear, shut the. Don't you say another word. I don't want to hear nothing else from you again. See what Renee said. It was bad enough when they pumped the fear for people to fear different cultures. Now they're pumping fear for people to fear people in general. The agenda is deep, but people need to wake up. That's right. The devil is not welcome in here. Right. Shut up. Say it again. My mother used to say this. My mother used to say, hey, don't you say another, I will smack you. I will, don't you? I like, my mother got some hands. I can't believe my mother had hands like that. And then my dad, oh Lord, just the thing, y'all better catch what I'm getting at. Catch the analogy, what I'm saying right here. Now, my mother would tell me to be quiet. Then she'd call my dad. Don't let me tell your dad. By the time my dad come home, I'm like, oh my God. I'm in fear because of my dad coming home. What he gonna do? But that's what you need to do to your. Shut up. Don't you say another word. Don't you move and don't you utter nothing. Now, what we need to do, because we're talking about our interaction with ourselves. Now we need to think about when people, my mother still gives that look at 28 years old. Yeah. What we need to do is when people start talking that fear to us, you know what? The conversation ended. Bye-bye. When they start talking that fear, like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Anytime well, you know, last time Billy Boy had that, he got this and this. It's an interesting thing on the phone. What you got to do is mute. Sometimes you got to put people who talk fear, who pump in fear, put them on mute and let them get them out the system. Put them on mute. See, we can talk about us. We got to deal with our own fears. But when other people try and pushing their fear on you, I just go. I go. I automatically. I got to automatically inside of me. I got a mute button. My ears go on mute. I close up my spirit. I close up my emotions. Soon as they say, well, you know, when so and so did that, they lost their this and this. Automatically, I dial in. LDA. I push in my code, and then everything goes on mute. My hearing goes on mute. My emotions go on mute, and most of all, my spirit goes on mute. I don't want to hear your fears. Because apparently, if your fears were so valid, they ain't working for you. They ain't working for you. So you got to learn to deal with your fears. And when people come with their fears, some people are, we talk about drug dealers. Some people are the best at fear dealers. Yo, man, what's going on, bro? Hey, I got this little something for you, bro. Let me tell you this. I got this. Hey, I got this for you. They end up whispering in your ear, trying to give you that hit of fear so they can get you hooked. Yo, just smoke this little bit of fear. You'll be all right. Yo, just fear, man. Yo, man, I'm telling you, man. Then next you know, you got a line of fear that you didn't snort it. Watch out for fear dealers. Those who try to sell you on the fact of fear. Listen to the logic in it, but don't get into their fear. Let me say that again. Listen to the logic, but don't get into the fear with them. You'll watch, there'll be people that are trying to sell you some fear. Just this weekend. Yeah, the fear peddlers. You know they got fear peddlers. That's a good one right there, bro. They fear peddlers. They'll sell you some fear in a minute. You know it's about to go down, man. It's about to happen, man. Yeah. How is a kind of off fear? Come on, right. They selling you that fear. They peddling you that fear, man. Yeah. This about to happen right over here. Check this out. Watch out for people who are fear peddlers. Thank you so much for that one. That's a good one. Selling you on fear. Watch them. Yeah. Watch it. What's going to happen, man? It's going down. Oh, man, it's about to be scary. I don't know. They're fear peddlers, and they're not teaching you or bringing you to the true essence of faith. Let me do this right quick. I ain't telling you for you to be stupid and be out there acting crazy. You just walking around, jumping off of buildings and jumping off of cliffs. I'm not saying that. But watch out those who try to get you high on that fear. You see them. I see them all the time. I see them at work. I see them on the highway. I see them every day. They're high on fear. Every time they look around, they're high on some kind of fear. I don't know. Oh my God. This is when you high on fear, guess what happens? That's a good one right there. I was just about to ask about the extreme of no fear too. Yeah, so I don't want nobody to come out there. You ain't got no fears. You need to have some kind of. Let me say this: we have that in us to. It is our nature because of hundreds and thousands of years of fear of flight, fight or flight. So we got to understand that's all inside of us. Well, what happens is some people in a lot of situations try to use that to manipulate us so that we always on a place of flight. Yeah, 3 more people. Who's calling me now? You can't be calling me right now. You must really want to. Let me see who it is. Let's see. Hello? 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 So they don't so they want to they want to do that. I don't entertain fear, period. That message drain your spirit, y'all. Discernment, not fear, right? So they try to get you into somebody trying to call in. I don't know who trying to call in, but there's the link right there. You want to say something, you want to have something what I'm talking about, but don't do that. Don't do. Yeah, 3 more people at least need to smash the YouTube like. Let's get the likes up on the YouTube. Yeah. And this is the other thing. Let me say something on this thing. Because we got this going, we got this whole thing all twisted and this and that. We got the fear peddlers. Yeah, that was fear trying to call me. I don't know why fear was trying to call me. You better not call. Didn't say a word. Just want to hear the breathing on the phone. Is when you face your fears head on and realize that it was never real. It's like coming to the end of watching Scooby-Doo and you realize when you take the mask off with Daphne and I forgot the other ones there and Shaggy, and they say it was only you. Yeah, heavy fear breathing. Yeah, just breathing on the phone. I don't know who it was calling me, breathing on the phone, calling with a number. You want to get on the show? I'll get you on the show. Shoot, trying to be Darth Vader up in here. The other thing I want you to get this in 2022, especially I'm talking to the men, I want you to really understand this. It said, whether you agree with the Bible or not, it said in Job 1, he said, what I greatly feared has come upon me. Yeah, sound like big, you know. So what you greatly feared has come. You don't understand when you entertain and you lay in the bed with fear. Let me say that again. When you entertain and lay in the bed with fear, you produce baby kids of fear. When you lay in the bed and sleep, you said, bro, Daphne, you always sneaking with that one dude splitting up. Yeah. When you lay in the bed with fear and you lay in the bed and go to sleep with fear, you're bound to get pregnant with some baby kids of fear. Stop laying in the bed with fear. Let me say it another way, LDA. Don't go to sleep with fear in your mind. Don't wake up with fear in your mind. So when you go to sleep, say it is finished, it is done, peace be still. Don't go to sleep with fear on your mind because you're taking and you're overturning inside of you. But wake up, even in the morning, don't wake up with fear of what may happen and what will take place. Go and realize I am the master of my universe. You say little fearfuls, right? Wake up and realize don't go to bed with fear. Do not say, don't lean over and grab fear by the hair and say you and start kissing it. Say, no, you got to get out my bed. I am not going to sleep with you. You cannot sleep in my bed tonight. This would not be footsteps in the dark. This would not be Mr. You got to go. You cannot sleep in my bed. You got to tell fear, nah, not tonight. I'm not laying with you. And ain't spend the night. Telling you. Tell not to, nah, bro. Even if you got to be like, nah, we ain't going there. Don't lay in the bed with your fears. The fear of what? The main thing that fear will give you. Is Renee still in here? Because I'm going to wait to Renee till she asks, you want me to say it? And I'm going to end with this. So the mic is going to come up. Renee, you want me to say it? I'm waiting on Renee. She's still in here. Want me to say this one thing? This is one of the fear's main little tricks that they use. Waiting for Renee. She want me to say it. I'm going to say it. Waiting on Renee. She tell me to say it, I'm gonna say it. She in there, she said yes. All right, she said yes. All right. I really needed this. Good, Tanya. One of the main things that fear dealers, fear and media, fear and everything else try to give you, especially to these men, because this is a men's channel. Unapologetically, this is a man's channel. But one of the things that fear try to give you is this one phrase. What if? What if? When fear whisper in your ear and say, what if? You whisper back to it, you whisper and you tell it, what if it doesn't happen? Fear's number one go-to tactic, tool that they use is, what if you do this and that happens? Know when fear is trying to tell you, what if? I can feel the impact in my stomach. Whoo, Jesus. I like that other day. Make it clear. In the car. Yes, thank you. You like, uh-huh. Yes. Uh-huh. Let me say this again. One of the things that fear does is it gives you this one thing and say, what if? And it whisper in your ears, what if you do this? Thank you. So, what if? So you got to realize when fear is whispering in your ear, what if? You tell it, what if it does happen? What you gonna do? What you gonna say? How you gonna deal with it? What if it does happen? What? You have to face fear with its own tactic and say, what if? When they say, what if? I'm like, okay, got you. I got you. Got you. What if it does happen? What if it doesn't happen? What you gonna do? Most of the guys, when you listen to these YouTube streets, especially in this manosphere, you'll hear this phrase, not the phraseology that I just gave, but you hear it in the undertones. There's always a what if of what she would do or what he would do. When we cross the bridge, when we get to it. Yep. Dang, we will cross the bridge when we get to it. Don't allow your what ifs to be tattooed on your heart, but allow your what ifs to say, what if it happens? So freaking what? Satan whispers in my ears, one day the storm is coming, and I respond, I am the storm. What?
Execute Order 66.
Y'all don't make me pull out this church now. Come on now. What if? It's always the what ifs that's whispered. When you realize that the what ifs never happens, you just smile. And as Joe Blass said earlier, peace, be still. What if we don't make it to the other side of the shore? Peace, be still. What if this doesn't happen? Peace, be still. I'm telling men this day, I know you hear all this stuff about all these hyenas and all these women and I heard a lot of women talk about these men. Peace, be still. I don't want to hear your fears. I'm going to build my skill set so I know how to relate to a woman. I'm going to build my skill set for a woman on how to relate to a man. I'm going to learn how to vet each other properly so I can say, I don't want to hear what if. I'm going to be that man. I'm going to be that woman. What if is not even an option. It's when you get to that point that you graduate from allowing fear to run your life until you being about that life. That's saying peace of all things be still is serious, right? Peace. Sometimes you're going to tell your mind when fear is trying to go to sleep with you, trying to rub you on the back, trying to rub your shoulders, trying to get close to you. When fear is trying to get close to you, I want to be close to you. I take at times I say fear God says more than I'm more than a conqueror. So and when fear is trying to rub you down, want to lay with you, spend the night with me tonight. Ooh, ooh. When fear is trying to sing you that Isley Brothers songs and trying to get you in the mood, or singing that whisper song, this is what I do to get you in the. When fear is trying to seduce you, this is what I do to get you in the. I do it all again. So when fear is trying to get you in the mood, say, I'm not here. Not here. I'm not getting in the mood with fear. Don't allow fear to get you in the mood. That's my song by the Whispers too. This is what I do. Yeah, dude, man. I love you. Yeah, you be the one slapping the old school on your. Yeah, you know I do. Slapping that Whispers. This is what I do to get you. Don't allow fear to do that to get you in the mood. Tell you to spend the night. Then you spend the night with fear, and then you get the next Isley Brothers song. You hear footsteps in the dark. And then you talk about I like by God. Come on. Don't allow fear to seduce you like that. Don't allow fear to seduce you like that. Allow fear to be your friend, but don't allow it to stay with you. Don't allow it to be your angel. I got songs for days. Fear is trying to stay. Hey, love. Rest in peace of the brother from Delphinas. Yeah, hey, love, right. That New Jack Swing. Yeah, fear got you all like that. Got you feeling all kind of ways. You in fear, you don't even know it. It's seducing you. Let me, what's the song? Let me love you down. Fear is like, let me love you down. Let me just love you down. Fear is trying to look, and then it's talking about, and then the fear got you. Then when you realize it, fear got you crying like when doves cry. Fear got you over there like singing that Prince song, When Doves Cry. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She never what? She's never satisfied. Fear got you over there singing When Doves Cry. When doves cry. Dun, 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 dun. When doves cry. Telling you, don't allow fear to do that to you. Yeah, I'm going way back. They don't know about the doves. When doves cry, I got you. Maybe I'm just like my mother. Then you got fear got you going like it's like we're gonna party like us. Then fear got you all hyped up. Then it got you what? Fearing like what? Fear the unknown got you fearing like it's 1999. You're gonna have you in fear like 1999. Fear got you up there. Got you up there like it's partying like it's 1999 because you're fearing. Don't allow fear. Don't allow fear to get you trapped up like that. I promise you, when you wake up to it, don't allow it to do that. Don't let fear to give you that. Don't let that fear to be like slow wine. Walking nice and slow. Don't let them sing. Don't allow fear Let me say this one because I love this song. I can't play these songs because I get dinged. But don't allow fear to say it's our anniversary. It's our anniversary. Anniversary. You and me. Don't allow fear to be your, it's our anniversary. It's our anniversary. Anniversary. Remember, the world was ending at the turn of the millennium cause of the clock and computers of all ages. So still, don't allow fear to be singing it's our anniversary. It's our singing Tony, Tony, Tony to you. It's our anniversary. Then it got you singing another Tony, Tony song. It feels good. Yeah. It feels good. Yeah. Don't allow to do it. Don't allow fear to do that. My dope dealing uncle even told me scared money don't make no money. He meant it another way, but I got the general message right. Fear talking about wake up, everybody. Got you singing Teddy Pitty grabs. Turn off the lights. That candy. Don't allow fear to do that to you. Don't allow fear to be singing that to your ears. Don't allow fear to got you singing Bon Jovi. Jump. You might as well jump. Dun, 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 dun. You might as well. Don't allow fear to make you jump. See, I can go back. I got a mind. Then the fear had you singing Madonna like a virgin. Touch for the very first time. Don't allow fear to do that to you. Like a virgin. Don't allow fear to do that. George Michael, original band Wham. That's right. Wake me up before you go. Don't allow fear to do that. Then you're going to be singing Careless Whispers. Careless whispers on my friend. I like Careless Whispers. Don't allow fear to be doing careless whispers. Don't allow fear to be careless whispers to you. I hope y'all getting the message. I'm using songs to use as the way to get the message across. But don't allow fear to be careless whispers. You up there singing. You up there dancing with fear. Da-da-dum-da-dum. You up there now, you careless whispers. Don't allow fear to do that to you. Y'all got me going in these songs. Telling you, don't allow it to do that to you. Then you singing the SOS band by Fear. Fear, do you still care? Care me? Shit, what's going on, Mike? Don't allow fear to be singing that to you. Do you still care? Do you still? And then I know y'all may not like this. A private dancer. Fear is your private dancer, right? I gotta go. I got to go. Because I'm gonna tell you what song Fear would try to ease up on you. I'm gonna tell you, y'all, if you want this song, let me know. I got this one song with Fear would try to ease up on you. Let me give you this one song Fear would try to ease up on you. I don't see nothing wrong with a little. Don't allow fear to be your. Don't allow fear to do that. Don't allow fear to be with a little bump and grind. I don't see. Don't allow fear to be singing bump and grind to you. Or singing, hey, Mr. DJ. Don't allow fear to be singing that to that. Digging, no, then they gotta say no diggity and no doubt. It's a little bit funny, right? And that's what I want you to get, because I'm doing something really deep here when I'm bringing the songs up, and I'm tiring you to get you to understand about fear. Don't allow fear to do that to you. I got to get going. I got to go to the bottom. barbershop. But I got to tell you, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I don't see. Don't allow fear to do that to you. Then you'll be trapped in the closet. Uh-oh. With that being said, thank you for joining me today as we talked about fear, realizing that fear is what it is. I don't know who want to call me right now. Calling me from there. Let's see who it is. Let's see who it is calling me. They won't even let me answer. Hello? Yeah, get out of here, Max. Well, we have to go. Just left the barbershop freshly bald, baby. Yeah. I have that whisper song going in my head. Yeah. Yo, that whisper songs. Yeah. Let me say a little something. Everybody over here. What's the song? What's the song by the Yin Yang Swings? What you see, my fear. Big time, bad time. Ooh. Let me say my time. Talking about I'm talking about you fear. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Talk about it every day. Don't allow fear to do that to you. But don't allow fear to put that whisper song in you. Let me put this down. Wait, you see my fear. Wait, you see my fear. I'm going to beat that up. I'm going to beat that. Fear will have you believing you can't. Right. Wait till you see my fear. I'm going to beat that. Don't let fear to be putting that whisper song. Great shade. I hope you got it. To all those, don't forget to hit the Cash App, hit the super chat. Let me show some love. This is a great show. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to Lexicon. Shout out to everyone that's here. Pray that you got something. Don't allow fear to be whispering in your ear, talking about what you see. Don't allow it to do it this week. Ever. But you know what time it is? That would be a great video. What you see my fear. I'm going to beat that. Yin Yang Twins. To the window. To the wall. To the fear sweats off. Oh, sorry, gotta go. Sorry, gotta go.
You can't make this up.
To the window. To the wall. To the fear sweats of my. Get all that big. I gotta go. Y'all got me clowning. I gotta get to the barbershop. To the window. To the wall. Just grounded the fear roommate. Lock him up in the bedroom. Right. Don't allow fear to get to you. To the window, to the wall, to the sweats. Drops off your. Oh, right. We gotta go. LDA is out of here. Hope you guys we're gonna get this. Let me get this screen saver up. We gotta go. You got me clowning today. All right, we oughta. We got Renee. We got an eviction going on. Got the eviction notice. Fear running down my. Got Renee clowning up in here. We out of here. Woo! Yeah. Get it. Shout out to all the new people to the class. Where's my girl Hyenas? Let's get the Hyenas up. You want the Hyenas up? Let's get the Hyenas for you, Blackjack. She not a hyena. Let me get that out there. Where my girl the hyena at? Right there. There she go. Get that Cash App. Get that super chat. Show some love to LTA. We gotta go. I'm fear to go. Hey, no fear. No fear. Catch me on Instagram. I'm gonna drop some stuff in there. No fear. No fear. Hey. No fear. Oh, hey.
Order 66.
Get out of here, you hyena. Peace and beer grease. We out of here.